Oh man.
Yeah, man, it's been like, what, 5, 6 years since I've been back here, man. I'm excited, man. It was part of the reason why I came over to PFL. He was like, yo, we're going to be flying all over the place. We're going to go to Washington, D.C. We're going to go over here. And then they said Chicago, and it was like, all right, I might have to sit on this real quick. And they had that whole $1 million format, so it's like, okay, that's nice too,
Not that you were making demands to come here in contract negotiations, but if they would have said, hey, we're gonna have you fight in D.C. or New York, would you be like, no, Chicago?
Nah, man, yeah, I would have had to fight it. I would have had to if I knew that they were coming to Chicago, I would have had to fight it, man. I would have had to. Like, there's no way if they would have been like, oh yeah, we're gonna go to Washington D.C., New York, and they didn't mention Chicago, I'd be like, all right, cool. But if they mention Chicago, I'm like, yo, look, man, like we got to make some moves here, So yeah.
So let's get the bad stuff out of the way. You're coming off 3 losses. I know that's tough, but do you look at this as a fresh start? This is a new beginning, and so it's going to be a little bit easier for you to rebound from something like that?
Yeah, definitely, man. I rebound from things, man. I've been competing my whole life, and either on an individual level or a team sports level, and you win and lose throughout. Being a competitor, it is what it is. If you don't know how to bounce back, then you might be in the wrong area of work, So the idea of losing 3 fights doesn't stay with me. I recognize it and I analyze it and I make the adjustments that I need to make. So moving to a new promotion doesn't change my mindset. All it does, it gets me gassed up, especially with where they're trying to go right now in regards to rebranding and rebuilding their promotion and their organization. It just gives me that extra boost to be like, all right, well, we're kind of in the same space right now where I'm trying to get back to something that I'm looking for. And then we just blend together. So I'm feel rejuvenated. I feel brand new. So it just the energy blends together,
Has that been a big motivator in this camp, knowing that you do get this fresh start and you get to kind of show the Will Brooks that was out there just a couple of years ago?
Yeah, I think so, because I think when as competitors, we want to win. Like that's what we want. But we could get so caught up in trying to hunt it down and seek it out, and we start to miss it because we're working so hard to get it. So sometimes you need a little break from everything. You need a little bit of time off. And sometimes that requires you to be dropped from one promotion to be picked up from another one, or have that space in between where you have to sit around and wait. So it gives you a lot of time to be have to analyze yourself and read yourself and look into the things that you may have done that caused you to lose some fights. It puts you in the space where you have to reinvent yourself. So it's a really, really beneficial thing to be here and really kind of have this rejuvenated feeling of new promotion, new format, So
talk to us about Camino and kind of what he brings to the table. We know he's good on the ground, obviously, but what else do you have to watch out for?
He's a very tough guy, man. I went back and watched a lot of his fights, and throughout all of his fights, it's been the same thing. He's a very tough guy. He's going to move forward. Very old school type of fighter. Doesn't have a bunch of flashy technique, but he's very, very solid in his basic things, and you have to be very conscious of all this. It kind of reminds me of my last fight with Nick Lentz, even though I lost that fight, but he was the same type of guy. Move forward with a lot of pressure, doesn't do a lot of flashy things, but he can log you down, make you feel too confident, and you get a little arrogant, make a mistake. And like my last fight, I made one mistake and went against my game plan. So that's the same thing with Luis Firmino. He pushes you to that place where you have to be aware of what you're doing at all times.
Talk to us a little bit about the format of how this whole thing works. You get a couple of regular season fights, building points to try and get into the playoffs.
Right.
But what do you think of the format and how this works?
I think it's a great format, man. I think it gives the fighters a lot of control over what's going to happen in their future in regards to the process, So I think it's exciting to be able to get everything done, and then you have an off season pretty much. I think fighters tend to start to wear themselves out, and now you have injuries. Now you have hard weight cuts because we're having to cut weight, and then all of a sudden you're waiting around for the next fight or the next fight or the next fight. And now financially you didn't do the right things because you're not sure when you're going to fight next. But with this, you know when you're going to fight, and you control all of it. The whole format is set up to where you have more time to be at home to heal up and be with your family, and it's all on you. You can't duck and dodge anybody. You show up, you win your fights, you get your points, you score your points, you move on. And even into the bracket style format, once we get into the playoffs, if you lose, you still have opportunity to take money home. That's one thing that guys don't typically get a chance to do, and that brings another aspect, because now it's like, how do you change your mindset? You go be like, oh, well, if I lose this, whatever, I still make some money, right? So now you have to you have a lot of different things playing playing around runs, you know.
With how the point system works, 3 points is crucial. Obviously, you got to get a win.
Yeah.
But 6 points, the difference between the 6 and 3 could make the difference for some guys getting into the playoffs and not.
Yeah.
Does that change your mindset as you go into the fight? Does it force you to look for a finish?
Nah, it doesn't. It doesn't move me. I come from a camp and I come from a group of coaches that will constantly have the same mindset. We go out there to win by any means necessary. Point systems, titles on the line. It does not matter. We put together our game plan and we just win. That's bottom line it. That's where my mindset is right now. You know, I respect the fact that I'm on a 3-fight losing streak. So my mindset is, hey, let's get back to winning. The point system and everything else will work out. You know, of course, you go out there and you look for the finishes. You look for the good opportunities to win the fight in a short amount of time. But I let everything play out. The good thing about it is I go out there and win 2 fights. Somebody else lose 2 fights. I can still get in, you know. So all I can control is what I can control to get out there and win fights, you know.
Yeah, you might be on a 3-fight losing streak, man, but not too long ago, you were on a 9-fight winning streak, and a lot of people, including myself, thought you were one of the best in the world. Have you had a chance to think, man, if you could even put half that amount of wins together, you're a millionaire?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely one of those things that you keep in the back of your mind. It was one of the things that brought me over here, you know, because I had opportunity to go to other organizations, but I was like, man, if I go to other places, I'm not going to have opportunity to make this kind of money. And especially in the mindset that I'm in now where I'm genuinely refocused, you know. I feel like the guy that was on a 9-fight winning streak, you know. For a little bit there, when my daughter came into the world, I put all my energy into being the best husband and father that I could be and laying that foundation. And honestly, I started to subtract the effort that I was putting in the gym, how much passion I was putting into the sport. And if I could go back, I'd probably do it the same way, you know, just because I'm that type of guy. My family comes before everything. So it was a brand new experience. I'm experienced now. I'm well-rounded now. Me and my wife have gotten things organized. We're very comfortable in the new life that we're in. So I'm genuinely feeling like I'm back to being the guy that can win 9 straight, you know. So, and I'm always that guy. It's just making sure that I recognize it, you know. My coaches have done a good job with that. And my training partners, fans, media have been doing a great job, which is really an amazing thing. So I am the guy here. I am the favorite in my mind, and a lot of other guys are watching me, and they should watch me and be nervous that I'm here.
How good does it feel to be in Chicago, man?
Man, it's amazing, bro. I'm trying to keep myself level, you know, because we still got a few more pounds to go for weigh-in, so I don't want to get myself all gassed up and then go have to do this workout. I'm like all depleted, you know. So, but I feel amazing, man. I'm trying to get it hyped about it, but also trying to be like, yo, we're here for business. After the fight, we'll have plenty of time to be like, yo, I'm home, I did it. So it's an exciting thing, man.
How good is that chicken smell, man?
Man, let's not talk about it. I've been trying to ignore it, man. Let's not talk about it.
Best of luck, man.